Damn, y'all are early as hell today. Let me turn on my mic. Y'all are early. I'm right here. Y'all are early as hell. Let me just turn on my mic. Y'all are early. I appreciate y'all being early. There's so much going on today. There's so much going on today. The whole Canelo news came out of fucking nowhere. And that's just like I'm just all over the place with that. So can you guys hear me okay? Because I just turned on my mic. Like I just turned on my mic. Hello, beautifuls. I wonder if I can move this. No, I can't. Y'all are early. I was gonna start at 6:30, but I saw people already. You guys in the comments. So I was like, Well, since you guys are here first, I want to know what you guys think about Canelo fighting possibly, right? It's not official, but the WBC already approved. The WBC already approved him fighting at Cruiserweight. So what do you guys think of Canelo fighting at Cruiserweight? Is my question. Thank you. My hair's kind of crazy, but we will live. What do y'all think of Canelo possibly fighting at Cruiserweight? I don't know much about his opponent. I just know that he's a WBC champ or whatever. That's all I know. I don't really follow the Cruiserweight division. I only followed it when Usyk was in there, and now he's not, so I don't know what to think of it. I think it's unnecessary, honestly. Like I get it, but also like why? You know what I mean? Like why is he doing that? Like what's the point? I get the bigger picture. I get Canelo wanting to have titles in different divisions and become a 5 division world champ. I get all that. I really do. But it's just like there's so many champions that we want him to fight. Why go for one that no one asked for just for a belt? You know, like in my opinion, I think it would be best if he fought the fighters we want him to fight. You know? And yeah, of course, I the risk comes with it all the time because they're bigger, right? These are 200-pound men, right? Cruiserweights, no, wait, cruiserweights are what 1-7? No, because they're what's cruiserweight? What's cruiserweight? I don't know what cruise. I know cruiserweight is always before heavyweight, but what's the official weight? Like, what's the official weight for cruiserweight? I don't think I even know that. 180? 185? You check for me, please. Some fighters do good, and some when they don't. I know people are already saying he should be fighting a Coley or a Coley, something like that. I don't know much about the division versus King Kong. King Kong's supposedly fighting Charles Martin, if I'm not mistaken. But again, I get the whole aspect of Canelo going to make history, right? Because that's the thing that he wants to do, make history. But in my opinion, he already made history, and he made very significant history. He already became the first Mexican undisputed champ, first Mexican Latino champ. Like, ¿qué más quiere? You know what I mean? So I feel like it'd be cool if he would just start taking the opposition that the fans want him to take, instead of like this random ass shit. Because imagine he gets hurt, and then for what? He's gonna get hurt just, I don't know, 200. So then heavyweights is anything over 200, right? Or is heavyweight what? Yeah, heavyweight is. See, that's the part that I didn't get. I thought heavyweight was anything. Like what? I'm confused. So heavyweight is 200 plus, light heavyweight. Okay, so okay, I see. It just doesn't make sense to me. Bye. It doesn't make sense to me. Like, I get the whole aspect, right? I get the one there to be great. They want weight classes, capture different weight classes, but why? Like, what's the point of Canelo doing all that? Like, it just makes no sense to me. Cruiserweight, also referred to as junior heavyweight, is the weight class in professional boxing between light heavyweight. Okay. Yeah. How much beef is Canelo gonna? He might need some fucking tea, some beef. It's just I know people. I get all aspects of it. I think maybe we just need more time to kind of digest the news, right? We're gonna need more time to kind of see if it even is real. I know the WBC approved it, but let's see first if Canelo's actually gonna do this, because I just don't get why. Like, I get the why. I get the whole let's get belts. And of course, this is kind of like a Rocky Fielding situation where he wants to go up and beat the champ he feels he can beat, right? Or maybe go up to beat the champ that the specific organization lets him go up and beat, right? Because I also heard that the WBC wants to give him the franchise. The WBC wants to make another franchise belt for Canelo at 168, so that he's able to do that. So that same thing he did with Kovalev, like kind of go up and then the belts will be waiting for him, like come back down. But then would that be so much of a weight difference to go down from like 200 to 168? You know what I mean? Like, does this mean he's leaving 168 altogether? Because once he goes up to 200, is he gonna not be able to make 168 and is now gonna be 175? I get the whole setting records thing, but like, I think it'd be so much. Benavidez just fought, and Benavidez has been asking for this fight. The fans have been asking for the Benavidez fight. I think Canelo beats Benavidez, so I don't know why the hesitation. Anthony says, correct me if I'm wrong, you understand the history part, but you don't understand why they should go for it when Benavidez. Yeah, I don't think what would make more, because no, well, you're right, because Canelo sells and Canelo's gonna get his purse regardless, right? He's gonna get his millions. But yes, if Canelo versus Caleb Plant, who Caleb Plant was not relatively popular, makes so much money, imagine Canelo versus Benavidez, two Mexicans, both of them have power, both of them have really good fan-friendly styles. That would make a lot of money. And Charlo has, like the whole US fan base, right? And he has had pay-per-views before. So I think that would be pretty great, right? Both of them are attractions. But with this, it's just like, oh, people would tune in just to see Canelo, like get another division. I just don't get it. I don't get why not just take care of what he needs to take care of. Like, take care of Charlo, take care of Benavidez, take care of whatever the fuck you gotta take care of that the fans want to see, and then maybe go up. I don't get it. That's just me though. Canelo, pound fighter in boxing. I don't know, but there's such a big difference. It's like a huge weight difference. AB says, I don't know. I heard some trainers say Canelo could beat Usyk. Y'all still underestimate Usyk after he did Anthony Joshua like that. I mean, it's Anthony Joshua, and he had already been hurt before, and he had his share of. Well, he lost to Andy or whatever, but he had been hurt by quite a couple opponents. I don't know. Usyk is really good. Hi, Lee, once again. Hello. The point is that winning another belt as well as champ also feel like a challenge. But do you think he'll not? You don't think he'll go back down to 168? Do you think he's done with 168 altogether? Because I feel like, how do you go to 200 and then come back down to 168 once again? He's gonna look slow. That's a possibility. I don't know. Watch one. Canelo. I would love Canelo. I think I would love Canelo versus Benavidez much more. Hi, Santiago. I'm picking Crawford, but if ever Porter was do a good one, this is it. I have Crawford too. I think Crawford, because he's a dog, and then he's gonna bring the fight just right back. Because I don't think Porter can outbox Crawford, and Crawford can outbox Porter, and he can step up and like get him when he's coming in. Porter will and battle all his weight. Yeah, I don't think he wins though. I don't believe Crawford Porter is 50-50. People are saying that to be political. What's political about that? I don't get it. What's political about this fight? I think people who say it's gonna be 50-50 are saying it with good and like valid reasons because we haven't seen Crawford against any live dog at 147, right? We haven't. Let's be real. I have Crawford winning, and I believe he's a great welterweight fighter, period. But we haven't seen it yet. We haven't seen him beat a live 147. So people who say it's 50-50 is because of that. It's because they said, well, we can't really assess Crawford at 147 because he hasn't fought anybody at 147 worth noting. Meanwhile, Porter has fought fucking everyone at 147. Keith Thurman, Danny Garcia, Ugas, right? Who just beat Manny Pacquiao. Right? He fought Broner. Porter fought Kell Brook. Like, Porter, even in his defeats, he fought a lot of people. That's a lot of people that he fought. He's done really well in the division, right? Because even his losses, they're close losses. Right? So I think that's why it's valid to say it's 50-50. It's valid to, I don't think it's 50-50. I think it's more like 70-30, right? But I get the 50-50 people because, again, we can't properly say we can assess Crawford's performances at welterweight. We can believe just by looking at him that, damn, this motherfucker's good. And his style is gonna, be amazing, and then he can definitely beat most, if not all, of the welterweights, the top welterweights. But we have to see it, right? And we haven't seen it yet. We haven't really seen it yet. So that's why I feel like people say, I think that's why people say 50-50, and that's why I kind of say, okay, cool. High Combat Talk, is Canelo really fighting? That's what they say. I don't know if it's official, but it already got approved by the WBC. Joshua now recovered from a third knockdown, third round Andy Ruiz. Yeah, I don't think he's ever has that hunger anymore, which sucks because I really liked the dog in him when he was fighting. ¿Cómo se llama? Klitschko. That was a nice passing of the torch type of fight. So heavyweight is over 224 pounds. Bridgerweight is 220. Oh, fuck. I forgot about Bridgerweight. What the fuck? No. Because, see, that makes sense. Bridgerweight? Oh, no. Imagine the WBC just made all these weight classes, this like extra weight class just so Canelo could do that. He do, yeah. I think he's just very special. Crawford is special. Is Canelo fighting? That's what supposedly. Crawford reported prediction, Crawford KO 10. See, I want to say Crawford stoppage, but Porter has never been hurt like that. Like, he's been clipped and dropped, right? He's had like flash knockdowns. He's been hurt, but not like wobbly, disoriented after getting up type of hurt. I don't think I've ever seen Sean Porter hurt like that. So I don't, if Crawford does stop Porter, that's going to be huge. That's going to really send out a fucking message because Porter done fought everybody and no one else hurt him. Obviously, Spence put him down in the 11th round of their fight, right? But it was kind of like a quick, like he was coming in, caught him with the hook, and basically made Sean Porter take a knee, right? Porter has limited skill. I wouldn't say he has limited skill set. I think he does have a skill set. I just don't think it's to the level of Crawford's. My favorite that Canelo fights Benavidez next because he presents the biggest remaining challenge there, but Canelo is I think historically you're right? Because when we're all dead, people are gonna look back at Canelo's record if they're looking him up or people are talking about him as like in a historical aspect. They're gonna be like, "Oh my God, this guy won all these weight classes, right?" But I think us, like when we're level, I would rather see Benavidez too. I think that's a more interesting fight. You know what I mean? I would like that too, Lee. I would love that. Mean Machine is the real deal. Mean Machine. I don't know how to say his first name. Eggy D. I just know his last name, Cavaliascas. But I don't know how to pronounce his first name. Trust me, Canelo isn't going to pass Cruiserweight, and please don't make. Yeah, I don't want that. Please don't. I don't. Y'all know Usyk's my favorite fighter, so he's been my favorite fighter since he was like a Cruiserweight. That's the only way I remember Cruiserweight, but I didn't remember what weight classes it was. I don't know. Of the main guys at welterweight, Crawford has never fought Spence, Garcia, Thurman, Ugas, or Pacquiao. Porter is the first main guy he's facing off against. Yes. Thank you for that, Santiago. That's what I'm saying. That's why I think it's valid to say it's 50-50. I think it's more 60-40, 70-30, 65-35 for Crawford. But look at, like everybody thought that Spence was gonna like just steamroll Porter, right? Based on his style, based on Porter coming forward and just maybe running into something. But Porter, we can't count him out, man. I think it's disrespectful because Porter has shown nothing but guts and nothing but not like he's been fighting everybody. He's never ducked anybody. He's fought everybody in their prime. Like Porter is the bee's knees. I really like Porter. I just think that Crawford is just better than him. But we'll see. I'm not just gonna think. We'll keep trying, please. Let's see. Hello. Hi, how are you? I gotta go if Crawford. Yeah, I think Broner hurt Porter. Yeah, they hurt, but not like he's done. Like he's not gonna be able to continue, or like just like super wobble to where it takes him like rounds to like get his legs back. None of Porter's losses have been a KO. So I think it's gonna go the distance, but I wouldn't be surprised at a late stoppage if Crawford gets really, like in the zone, right? He gets really in the zone, and Porter gets crazy. Porter gets really aggressive, right? And we saw that in the 11th round with Spence, where he was really trying to get really aggressive with Spence, and he ran into something. And they feel like the way Crawford just like comes at you, and he's a dog in the way he approaches you. If he catches him, I think he can maybe stop him, or like systematically break him down throughout the fight. Is it 4.5 years and 8 fights anyone survived the Crawford fight? I am Theo. How old is my son? How old are you?
Oh my god, this is what we're talking
about. He's 9.
I'm 7.
And he's 7.
Oh, I thought you were talking about me.
I did go. I was right there. Canelo's trying to tie the division of Oscar. Okay, I see. He's just trying to like one up Oscar. And like I said, I get it, right? I get the whole bigger aspect of Canelo, right? But I think the more he does these things, the more that fans who criticize him, because fans are always going to criticize him, or his haters are always going to criticize him, right? But not just his haters. Like boxing fans want to see real fights. I'm not saying this isn't a real fight. This is testing literally his limits, right? His chin, how his power is going to carry up there. This is really a big testing fight. It just seems kind of unnecessary. Like no one's asking him to do all this. No one's expecting him to do all this. We literally want the bare minimum. Canelo, just fight Benavidez or Charlo. Like Charlo, I get it's like not really an option, maybe unless Charlo moves up, right? Charlo has to move up to face Canelo. That's kind of a step on its own, right? But Benavidez just fought like 2 weeks after Canelo fought, or 1 week. 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 week, right? Like they both fought this month. Why would they not both fight in May, fight each other, and Canelo make his first title defense and give Benavidez that chance? Because Benavidez, like he fucked up by coming over the weight limit, but he's never lost in the ring, the kid. He's never lost in the ring, and he's damn good. He's damn good, and it would be entertaining, and while it lasts. We discussed this in the last live. Benavidez is just kind of robotic in his approach, and he leaves himself wide open to the body when he throws punches. So I think Canelo would beat him. But do you guys see how Benavidez attacks his opponents? He's like a robot just coming forward, and then he's fast as fuck with his hands. He has fast combinations. He has really, he has power, obviously, right? So I would love to see him against Canelo. I don't know why. Like that's all. I think a lot of fans would be cool with Canelo doing all of that after maybe fighting Benavidez. The Charlo one, I think that one is kind of like boo boo. Maybe like se pasó el tren, how we say it in Mexico, right? Se le pasó el tren, o se les fue el avión, right? Like that didn't happen on 160, so it's probably not gonna happen unless Charlo were to move up. But it's still realistic, right? It's still realistic for Charlo to move up and fight Canelo. Now, what I see other people are saying, what I see people saying too is that Canelo is purposely doing this because he wants the guys who want to fight him to fight each other while he goes and does this. So he's gonna wait from here till May, and or not till May because he's gonna fight, this guy in May, right? So let's say next would be what, September? If he's done fighting 3 times a year and just wants to fight twice a year now, like he said in the epilogue of the plant fight, then he would wait till he will give these guys from now till September of next year to fight each other, right? And see what they do. Or are they just going to wait it out and see and be like, okay, well, let's wait until Canelo fights his cruiserweight and see what he picks next or who he picks next. Somebody calls it the Canelo sweepstakes, right? So I see people saying that. And I don't know if Canelo would do that or if he's like that invested in seeing who's going to be the worthy opponent. I think Benavidez is worthy just because he's undefeated, right? And he's a good fighter. Why not? Like, Egidius. I don't know. I thought you were saying it right. Canelo's the GOAT. Benavidez didn't make weight again. Well, okay. See, I also think that I didn't like that he came in at 169 because to me it's like, why? And I know he said, well, it's not a title eliminator and it's not a championship fight, so I can come 1 pound over. And he said something like, why am I gonna make myself uncomfortable and come in at 168 when I can have the extra pound? And to me, that's like, bro. But the fact that you had already missed weight, you should be coming in at 168 just so that you're telling the other champs, hey, I'm staying ready for a title shot, right? To me, saying, it's okay, this isn't a title fight, I'll take the pound. It's like, but why? Like, his opponent came in at 167 point something. So he technically didn't come over the weight limit because it was allowed. He was allowed to come in at 169 because it wasn't a title fight or an eliminator anymore. But I just don't think he should have, given the fact that he has already lost the belt, the WBC belt, by not making weight. Go do something else. And then we'll do this later. Go do your reading. Thank you. And so I didn't like it. I personally, I thought that shit was corny as fuck. That he was like, oh, I came in and I am on weight. I took the extra pound. It's okay. It's not a title fight. It's like, but you should be proving that you're staying ready. You should be proving that weight is not a factor. And honestly, sometimes I'm like, man, Benavidez, just go up to 175. You'd kick some ass there. Benavidez versus Zurdo with Schmack at 175. Benavidez versus Bibol. I see Benavidez versus Bibol sparring before. So I know that'd be a good ass fucking fight. I seen them both spar like 5 times. I would love that fight. Berta anybody at 175. I think, imagine Benavidez not having to cut weight just in his whole strength. I think he would be good at 175, but he might also be just waiting for Canelo, I don't know, or maybe that fight happens when Canelo's 175. I don't know. If you think there's like 5 fights for Canelo, excluding cruiserweight, fight Benavidez, Charlo, Triple G, Bivol, Berta. Yeah, that would be a good, a good little round, right? I think he fights Triple G. I don't know. I just don't get. I get that Triple G has given Canelo like the best rounds of his career, but he's older now, so people are not gonna give him credit for it. I didn't see it so much because I was at the fight here in Anaheim. I went to Munguia versus Rosado, so I was here. And I was kind of watching I was watching it on Showtime on the laptop, but I wasn't really paying attention. But from what I was looking, he wasn't doing so well. He was getting outboxed. So when I saw that he won and people were, no, it was a draw, right? And people were complaining, I was like, oh, damn. I go, I don't know. What did you guys think? I haven't rewatched it. I need to, though. Remember Mayweather used to do IG polls to see who yeah. And then not fight the winner. Didn't Tank do that too? I think Tank did that too. Yeah, I don't know what you're asking. Wouldn't it be harder for Canelo to come? Yeah, so that's what I'm like. What is he? Is he just done at 168? Canelo probably walks around. I don't think he walks around at 190. I don't think he does. Yeah, I don't think 190. That's ridiculous. Yeah, I don't see. David has had, he has that reputation. I know a lot of people say that, like, he's young, right? So, and it's true. He's young, right? He's just 23 or he just turned 24 or something like that. He is young, but he's and that's what I mean with this. Yes, it's allowed to come in at 169 because it's not a title shot or an eliminator. But to me, this that it kind of goes along with then he doesn't have discipline. Lee says when Abid was 13-year-old amateur, he campaigned at 250 pounds. Yeah. Yeah, he was a little chunky boy. That's why you never see him like really with abs, and he has like, he's he's not gonna have abs because he has loose skin. Right? Like Benavides is always gonna have like more loose skin. I don't damn, that's why it's also hard, right? Because you grow up chunky, then it's harder for you to make a specific weight when you're older, even if you're in shape. Yeah, it was good. I was there. It was good. Munguia improved a lot, you guys. I think Munguia improved quite a bit. I wasn't expecting him to be moving his head while he's coming forward. Like he was coming forward to Rosado, literally like moving his waist and moving his head. I was like, oh, good job. He looked good. The improvements were there, and now I'm like more comfortable to see him at 160. Right before, like his last fight, I was like, oh no, and I was just like, oh, poor kid, like he's just gonna get demolished at 160. But now looking at him, like, okay, all right. I like what I see, and I like the improvements. And from what I saw today, there's going to be an eliminator between him and Derevyachenko. Derevyachenko is just the king of title eliminators. So it's gonna be him versus Derevyachenko for a shot at a title. I think the WBC, but I'm not sure. But that's great, right? I think he is ready now for an eliminator. It's time. It's time he stops being green. It's time for Munguia to stop being green. Let him mature. Let him try a title eliminator. Let's go. He was a chonky. Jose Benavides looked bad. I just didn't like that at the end. He said something like, he ran. I hate the running narrative. Unless it's Rigo we're talking about, I don't want anybody to say somebody ran. Cut off the ring, my dude. Cut off the ring. I don't like the narrative of, oh, he ran or he kept running. I don't like that. That's why you cut off the ring. And for what I saw, and again, I'm not going to sit here and say that I watched the whole fight because Rocha was fighting at the time. And it was a decent fight. But I was just, I was writing. I wrote it. When I actually cover fights, I write a recap for it. So I couldn't really pay attention to the fight. But from what I saw, I don't think his opponent was running. So I'm like, he ran. I'm like, maybe when I wasn't watching, because when I was watching, he wasn't running. David, oh my God. I'm gonna screenshot it. You're so dumb. But it's Harina's bomb though. Munguia is what he is. He's not. Yes. He is what he is. He is a come forward fighter. He's an aggressive fighter. He's not the most defensive fighter in the world, but improvements that were like just necessary for him to even have any decent contention at 160 were made, and he's improving. And it's a good thing that he's fighting Derevyachenko because Derevyachenko's kind of like Rosado in the way that they're there to be hit. Right? Derevyachenko is there to be hit. He's going to come at you fucking crazy, right? I think he's going to come at Munguia much more aggressively than Rosado did, right? Because Rosado's an older dude. But Derevyachenko, he literally makes all his fights like pressure fights. He's going to come for Munguia. So I think, it'll be a good fight because, again, both, Derevyachenko's there to be hit. So I think it'll be a good improvement also for Munguia. And I actually think I favor Munguia in this fight. Yeah, I don't like the running. I don't like the running excuse. Be like, bro, please cut off the ring. You sound dumb as fuck when you say that. All that says is I can't cut off the ring. Was Munguia hurt? No, he wasn't. I didn't see him hurt. I think the best round for Rosado was the 4th round. He landed some bombs on Munguia, and then he did the vet move where he like grabbed Munguia with one hand and was hitting him with the other. I'm like, damn. Did you see a yes? Oh my god. It's so cool. Like, I tweeted it and I felt bad, but I laughed. Like when I first saw Caleb Plant say, I'm sad. I don't know why I laughed. It's mean. I don't know. But I thought it was funny at first. And then like when I saw Canelo telling him like, oh, like no, you're a good fighter. Like when they like clarified everything, I'm like, oh cool. Like that's fucking awesome. Like you do see fighters embrace after a fight and say, hey, like good fight, you're a great fighter type of shit. But Canelo and Plant like literally like squished their beef, right? Beef. But they did, like I thought it was pretty cool of Canelo to say, hey, like you are a great fighter and you did give me a great fight because, se defendió Plant. I don't think he was ever really doing much, but he was doing enough, right, to survive with Canelo and frustrate him, right? Because Canelo was frustrated. So good for him. And then I do like that Canelo did this in the ring and not just say it in an interview after, right? Because, oh my God, something in my eye. A lot of guys just do it where it's like after the fight in an interview, they'll like give compliments to their opponents. But damn, Plant was fishing for compliments from Canelo. In the 9th round, he's like, oh, I respect you. And he's like, oh, I'm a good guy for 21-0, right? And Canelo didn't say anything, but it's like, he was definitely fishing for compliments. So then after, I'm like, dang, he just really wants that Canelo validation, which he got, right? Good for him. Matching 07 ideas with a tall, long, mobile fighter was, right after, not just the leg injury, he had been inactive for like 2 years, right? Wasn't his last fight the Crawford fight? So it was very, very ambitious. It was very ambitious for them to do that when he has been inactive for that long. Running is always an excuse. Yes, it is. That was funny. It was a nice moment. It was a touching moment because it tells you that these guys are just there to do their job. Yes, it was personal for some time, but once Canelo won, it's like, okay, whatever. Like, I'm not gonna dwell on this. I don't think Caleb Plant had to tell Canelo that he didn't mean motherfucker like that because Canelo has used the word motherfucker before. So that whole thing where Canelo's like, oh, he called my like that's my mom. Like, bro, you called Boo Boo Andre a motherfucker. So like, how does that work? Like I never believed that. I think Canelo was just pressed about Caleb Plant going out there and doing all the stuff that he said about him because no other fighter has done that to Canelo. Yeah, Billy Joe Saunders called him a cheat too, but not to like the extent that Caleb Plant was doing, right? So I don't think that was why Canelo was mad. I think Canelo was mad about the accusations, right? But it was a nice moment and it went viral, right? This made boxing kind of go viral too because not only was it a cool knockout and we saw Canelo kind of do the funny, foot dance when he's chasing after a hurt Plant, but also because moments like that, right? Moments like that where at the end Canelo's literally like, you're my family now, right? And I already, of course, saw the memes where like what he means is that's his son, and that's funny too. But good for them, good for Canelo not being a sour grape, not being like, maliciously like, oh, whatever, I still beat you, get the fuck out of here. He was trying to make friends with Canelo, he would go for the KO. Caleb looks up to Canelo like a big brother. Yeah, like that's what but I wish that would have been he was transparent about that, right? Because at first it was all like, oh, you're this and that. And then later he's like just trying to get validation. And it's like, if you really believe that this fighter is what you say he is, why do you want validation from them, right? And Caleb was really looking for validation from Canelo since in the 9th round. He's like, oh, I'm good, right? And I respect you and la la. And Canelo's like, yeah, he's like, I like this fight, right? He's like, they're kind of talking in the middle of the 9th round. But when Caleb asked Canelo, I'm not bad for a 21-0 guy, right? Canelo didn't say anything because I'm pretty sure Canelo's just interested in getting the fight to the outcome that he wants it to, right? So I do appreciate those last moments where he's reassuring Caleb Plant that he knew that, the trash talk was just part of the coming up to the fight is just part of the process, but that he respects him too. So good for them. I liked it. I thought that it was cute, and I thought it kind of gave another aspect to the sport, right? And then I think people appreciate that, like people that are not boxing fans all the time, like looking in and seeing stuff like that, they're like, oh, how cool. Canelo was just mad about it. Yeah, that's what I think so too. Because no other fighter had tried to fight Canelo, before, put hands on him before the actual fight. So I think that's why Canelo took it personally. Plan ain't gonna bounce back. Ain't gonna be ones that check. Plan ain't gonna be ones that check hit. He's not gonna be what? I'm confused. Canelo is definitely father figure to Plan. I feel like we're living great boxing era. Yeah, I just want them to happen, Jose. I want them to happen. Canelo to boxers, I like when they call me Big Papa. He's like, hey, hi, James. You here for me? Thank you. Watching Canelo run in the fight reminded me of the time I ran to the mall restroom. Okay, do tell, because I don't know. It's because you almost peed yourself or what? Let's watch that. Let me go on YouTube. And see if we could see that specific part of the Canelo versus Plant epilogue, right? Where he's like, oh, like, I'm sad. I don't know. I felt so bad after, but I laughed when he said that, because he was like so sad, and they already memed him. They already memed Caleb Plant. Like, somebody just put, when my mom tells me this, we can't get McDonald's because there's food at home. There's frijoles at home. He's like, I'm sad. I'm like, y'all so fucking mean. People are so quick with it. People are so fucking quick with their memes, bro. Okay, so let's see if we can show it. Right? I think this is it. This is where he says, I'm sad. Oh my God.
If you only list your vacation home on Airbnb,
ads,
you might attract someone looking for...
Goodbye and the spam calls.
Bro!
Hello to a phone plan with built-in spam.
That was like 2 ads in like 10 seconds.
Coronation is complete. All hail King Canelo. Viva Mexico's first undisputed champion.
Master. Aww. Her I'm not mad about. Fuck her.
Viva Mexico!
Oh, that's his mom. Oh, stepmom.
Ahí está, mijo. I'm sad. Don't be ashamed. You are a great fighter.
I'm sad.
And I'm sorry for everything. At the end of the day,
He apologized.
and we are human. I'm sorry for everything, my friend. Hey, I tell you something? When I said I would never talk about this, because I don't have one. My mom died. You are my family.
Aw, he said you are my family.
I want to keep fighting.
See, and I do respect that for Caleb Plant, because he got up quick both times.
You are a warrior, man. I want to keep fighting. It's okay, John. It's okay, John. You're a great fighter.
It's true. He did get up.
In less than
he
1
got
year,
up. He was the first time he got up fucking with the quickness.
Has unified all 4 168-pound belts. I'm saying I got up, so like.
Yeah, he got up.
Just sit down. Just sit down right here. You got a little cut on your ear.
You let Canelo land vicious shots to the body, and Plant is not the same. He just got hurt.
Oh, and Plant goes down for the first time in his career.
he did get up, but he got up so fast that the way he ran to the neutral corner, he already looked all wobbly and shit. What I love, though, you guys, what I love, and I don't know if we could play it in slow motion. How do you play things in slow motion? How to show me? I'm already that old that my children have to show me how to do things.
I know how. It's right here. Play speed.
Oh, wow. I am an old person. Thank you, Aiden. I'm already at that age where my children have to teach me things. But what I loved is when Canelo is trying to set up that punch, and when he has Caleb Plant next to him, he kind of like, come here. He like Caleb Plant's like right here, and Canelo pushes him off to set him up with that hit. Like, I love that. I think that is so crafty.
Stay on the road. Keep switching directions.
Wait, I that made it faster, Aiden. Oh wait, my bad. That was my bad.
Sigue castigando aquí al cuerpo.
Yeah, let me see. I like when he right there. Look it. So see how he pushed him? Like Canelo had him like too close to him, and to set up that punch, he like pushed him back a little bit. Chef's kiss.
Vicious shot to the body.
Oh, he right there. He saw he hurt him a little, and he pushed him. Oh, I thought that just to set up that punch, and I think that's genius.
Vicious shot to the body, and the plan is not to say
he set that shit up, pushing him, and I really appreciate shit like that. I really do. I thought that was pretty neat. Yeah, so I'm old. I'm sorry. I'm old. My kids have to already teach me things. Yeah, I wanted it too. I hope not. I don't know how to use the internet. I'm really bad with internet stuff. What did Canelo said your family? Why? Well, he ended up giving him 10 million.
Cool.
Well, he earned them. Yeah, that was. He earned it. So I think Plant earned that paycheck, right? Plant sounds concussed. I used to get we have frijoles at home time, McDonald's and Taco Bell. It's just that's rite of passage, right? Hi, how are you guys? How are you, baby? I'm good. I'm just working. The usual. I don't know how to work the internet. Did not sound listos, palos, chingazos. It needs like some producer credit, some intern pay.
Hold on, get my picture.
Canelo doesn't. Yeah. Actually, I thought he caught him with a punch, and then when Caleb was already like all drunk, he caught him with the other one. But that was she do hella Canelo owns vibes. She definitely does. She says the weirdest shit. More often than not, hold guards. Yes. I agree with you, Lee. Everything's inside the ring, and it's the build-up, right? You have all these emotions building up to the fight. Once the fight is over, whether you lose or you win, those are like out of your system because you already fought it off. You already like took it out of your system. Forgetting how to I don't know the YouTube. I don't know how to work YouTube. Like I'm always, it's so hard for me. So I'm glad that my kids are teaching me. But let's talk about a little bit more about this weekend's card. We have also Boo Boo Andrade. You guys are not talking about Boo Boo Andrade. It's Boo Boo Andrade Fight Week, right? Boo Boo Andrade's taking Jason Quigly, who is a Golden Boy middleweight, and he has a loss, if I'm not mistaken. Who he lose to? I remember I saw it because it happened here in Orange County, and I remember I saw it. But who did he lose to? Who did Quigly lose to? What guy did Quigly lose to? I just remember that he lost. He used to fight at Indio too. I remember I saw Quigly once in Fantasy Springs. But I know when he lost, I think it was in Orange County. Hi Patrick, thank you for saying listos, pelos, chingazos. So I know Boo Boo Fight Week, right? Boo Boo Fight Week. And then who else is fighting this weekend? AJ, right? MJ, not AJ. MJ. Has MJ fought since he won the belts from Daddy Roman? Has he? So MJ is fighting. I wish they would have just put him with Ray Salim or something. I don't know. It's Boo Boo Andre fight week. Let's see who's in that. I forgot who's in that card because it's a bunch of fighters who like I think are from the UK. I'm not very familiar with it.
After, can you get me the V-Bucks?
Yes. Can you bring me the Trader Joe's matcha latte drink from the fridge?
Yes.
Thank you.
Wait, which color is it?
The green one. It's like white and green. You were the we.
Like the
Yeah, he did. She said that, and I felt bad. Like when I first tweeted it, I tweeted it at the presser because I was so angry that she said that shit. I was so angry, and then when I tweeted it, I'm like, later I was like, what if like I never get credentialed because of this? Like I might, if y'all never see me at a PBC fight again, it might be because of that tweet. I don't know. It's not the bottom, Papa. It's the matcha latte one. Andre's own family isn't talking about that fight. Y'all are so rude. Where is that fight? In the UK, right? See so many great cards after week, right? Versus Arroyo. Yeah. Arroyo, dude. I like Arroyo. No, Papa. It looks like that, but it has a little almond on it. Let's see. Turiana Johnson. Yes. Lee. Oh, you always come through. If you weren't here last week and you didn't follow Lee on Twitter, Lee, put your handle again so that people can follow you on Twitter because you're like an almanac
Is this
of.
right?
Yes, thank you. You're like an encyclopedia
Hold up,
of boxing. Can you give me that? Where are you going?
Hold up.
I'm closer than he is. Thank you. Can't drink alcohol right now, so I'm gonna drink my matcha latte. Oh, that was yes. I remember that. I remember it was in Orange County. He lost trainer John Indio. Okay, it was Indio. I thought it was in the OC for some reason. Is Pitufo Diaz versus Dogbo or Dogbait the undercard of Sean Porter versus Crawford? Because that's lit. I'm going, guys. I'm gonna be in Vegas next week. So if you're in Vegas next week, come say hi to me because I'm gonna be fucking wild. I'm gonna be crazy. I'm gonna be drunk as hell at the fight. Just going ham. I doesn't know. Matt, you are being very the 3 fans Boo Boo has on Twitter would not be happy with you right now. Versus Ponce de Leon. Yeah. I didn't know that. On what? Triller or what is it? The spicy tamarindo. Yes, it's good. See, I don't drink vodka. I'm not a vodka person. Vodka is the only liquor that has made me like throw up, and I don't like that. I only drink tequila and whiskey. I don't do nothing else. And my friend gifted me that bottle, the tamarindo vodka bottle. And I had friends over the other day, and they're like, "Oh, is that good?" I'm like, "I don't know. I never tried it." So I was just like, I took a tiny sip of it, and it tastes just like the tamarindo, like with chile paletas. Like it's really good. So it's good. And I heard that if you mix it with the Arizona mango flavor, that it tastes like a mangoneada. But I don't know. You're gonna have to try it. You good?
I'm gonna do it.
All right, cool, awesome. The fight is in Manchester, New Hampshire. I thought it was in the UK. Remember, full sentences, descriptive. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, guess what? See, now how I told you that I finished my story at school? My teacher finally published it.
Oh hell yeah! Good job, Aiden. What? Oh hell yeah!
Hell yeah.
Good job. You deserve it because you know all of it. Rompope, yes. And if you go to Jalisco, if you go to Talpa and get the actual rompope that's actually made by the nuns, it's so much better. I always go and I get the alcoholic one. It's so good, and it's like eggnog, but it's like alcoholic and it's made by the nuns. I think since Crawford, I'm so because I was picking between Crawford Porter or Canelo versus Plant to pick what fight I was gonna attend in Vegas. But even though the Canelo versus Plant fight was like a historical fight, right? The undercard did not appeal me. 1, and 2, the tickets were fucking expensive. I think like the nosebleeds were like $800 or something like that. And I don't want to spend that much on a fight. And I'm just like, hey, we got like really, really good seats. Like not floor seats, but like the second row up like from the lower bowl for like $250. It's like, what the hell yeah? Like, I'm there. Thank you, Kyle I love your last name, if that is your last name.
What?
Thornberry. Isn't that a cool last name? Kyle Thornberry.
I have a classmate that her last name is Barn.
Barn?
Amia Barn.
What was the rumor about Virgil Hunter? What? I have not seen that. Lee, you know everything in there about boxing. I have not heard that. Virgil Hunter? I have not heard that rumor.
Can I see your screen?
No, it doesn't say anything on. It doesn't say anything about that on. I don't not. Don't scare me like that. I love Virgil Hunter because he talks to his fighters like he's like their very supportive grandpa. Like the grandpa you go to when your parents don't accept that I don't know, you're gay or something. And he's like really nice to you. That's what Virgil Hunter gives me vibes of. He talks to his fighters so nice. Like with Andre Ward, remember he was like always telling him like sternly, but like in a soft voice. With Amir Khan, same thing. With El Perro Angulo when he was fighting Canelo, he's like, son, I believe in you. You gotta believe in. And it's like, oh, like I love Virgil Hunter. He's so nice to his fighter, even though he's stern with it. You know, he talks like he's our grandpa, giving them advice. I love him. Fight and Golden Boy Fight Night. Yeah, it's Triller. It's Triller. Damn, I didn't know that. Who's on the undercard for the $10 pay-per-view? It makes sense that Andre and Quigly fight is in New Hampshire, given that Boo Boo's from nearby Rhode Island. Quigly had like a good set of fans over here. Let's look at the ESPN thing so we can see the schedule, right? Because that's what we're trying to find out. So let me share. Andre Ward says rumors. Yeah, I don't like those type of rumors. I don't like when people make up that someone died. Like that's so fucking annoying to me.
That's what people do. They made up that these nuts guy died.
Aiden.
And then someone said that the Dwayne The Rock Johnson died.
No, people always say that. Who starts this shit? People are bored.
LeBron James.
That's what I heard too. I heard that Virgil Ortiz fighting Avanason. What is his name? But didn't Mean Machine already beat him? I thought Mean Machine already beat Avanason, or how to pronounce his name. That's what I thought. But it'll still be a good fight, right? Because that guy is also like come forward very, tries to be heavy-handed and whatnot. I see some people saying that they think Virgil's gonna lose this fight. That's not me, but I heard. I heard some people saying it, right? I do want to ask you guys one question that's not related to boxing. So right now I'm using a camera, the same camera I was using last time, but because last time it kept turning off every 30 minutes, it's because I used El Gato, the cam link thing, and this time I'm using the camera EOS. Is the quality better the last week? Because I think the quality is better from last week's stream, but it just kept going off every 30 minutes because the sensor on the for some reason the sensor on the camera goes off every 30 minutes, right? And this one it doesn't turn off, but I think the quality is not as good. What do you guys think? So yeah, I don't know. Is this true? Because Virgil hasn't said anything. Virgil still, I think he's still looking for a trainer, or he is with Reynoso. I also heard that he's with Manny Robles now, which no shade to Manny Robles. He's, he was there when he was Oscar Valdez's trainer when he became champion. He was Andy Ruiz's trainer when he became champion. He was Jesse Magdaleno's trainer when he became champion. So no shade to Manny Robles. But I just don't see much of a difference between Manny Robles and Robert Garcia. They're both not the best guys to teach defense, which is what I think Virgil Ortiz would benefit from. So I did see a picture of Virgil with Manny Robles. Maybe he just went there and, got sparring done, or just went to the gym because he was in the area. I don't know. But, I don't know if Virgil's just going to have his dad or what's going on. Lopez Cambosos, isn't that going to be in New York? I want to go to New York. I almost bought tickets for me and my kids to go to New York the other day, but it's expensive in this time.
I wanted to live in New York, but my dad told me that there's too many street rats.
Street rats? So
yeah.
what?
He She said that if you turn off the lights from a restaurant, they won't come out, and if you leave your keys and you turn on the lights, there'll be a bunch of rats.
Yeah, there's rats, but
It's
so
like Mexico City.
it's like Mexico City.
They have. I saw like a bunch of rats running around.
On the car reporter undercard. Let's see. Let me share my screen. But yeah, I've gotten job offers. I got a job offer to work a newspaper in New York, but I don't think I could like integrate myself in such a fast-paced world like New York. And I don't like taking the fucking public transportation. Not to sound like it's just, I hate people looking at me. I have anxiety.
I'm kind of scared to live in New York because ever since I heard
The rats?
The 9/11.
Oh yeah, no, that's fine. So there's a card tonight, y'all. Like that's gonna be at like 5 a.m. here. Simsi versus Takeshi Inoue. If you remember, Takeshi is the guy that Munguia already beat. So that's gonna be what the hell? Oh, there you go. That's gonna be today, I think, at like 5, 6 in the morning, 3 in the morning for the people in the East Coast, I think. Right? It's in Australia. He's in Australia. Dennis Hogan. That's the guy who also. Oh, that's the guy who got by Charlo, right? But beat Munguia, but they didn't let Munguia lose in Mexico. So I think that's today. That's like tomorrow technically, but like at the butt crack of dawn. So it is New Hampshire. It's Andre versus Quigly. Who do you guys have for that? I think obviously Andre is gonna take it. We have MJ Akmadalia versus Jose Velasquez, 12 rounds. Julissa Martinez and Marro. That's the one I want to see. I thought that I would like that to be co-main event or main event, because McWilliams Arroyo always brings it. I like McWilliams Arroyo, but Julissa Martinez is just, oh my god, he's tiny and he just, oh my god, he has a lot of power. I mean, a lot of power, and he has a lot of output. You know, he has high volume output. Volume. I'm Mexican. Callie Reese versus Jessica. That's a good women's fight too. Callie Reese, she obviously has losses, but she gives it a good fight. She dropped Cecilia Parecus before, so Callie Reese versus Jessica. That's a good women's fight too. So that's a cool card. That's on a Friday. That's pretty cool. And then of course Saturday. Oh, what I remember seeing is that people are not happy that the fight is only going to be on ESPN Plus pay-per-view. Like you can't order it on ESPN, like on the TV. It's only through the app. And a lot of people feel like that's going to hurt the pay-per-view sales, right? And especially after Canelo having such a successful pay-per-view to this day's standards, right? 800,000. That's good for, today's standards. So now they're saying that this only being able to be purchased from the app is going to not want people. It's going to make it less accessible for people who just use TV to buy the fights, right? Like you can go on ESPN and order something, or through cable, right? You always have cable ads like, hey, order it here, right? But not this case. This case is just ESPN Plus, which ESPN Plus, if you don't have it, I do. But if you don't have ESPN Plus, that's $5, which is not a lot, or $6 now, I think, which is not a lot. But $6 added to the pay-per-view price, right? Because it's not, once you get ESPN Plus, then you got to pay for the pay-per-view, right? I think you get the bundle with Disney Plus and ESPN for like $12, I think. So yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't know that until today that you were gonna do that. So this co-main I'm not familiar with. Y'all gonna have to fill me in on this main event, a co-main event, and I know Lee's probably gonna have to be the one to do that. Because I don't. But Murataya versus, that's a teacher, right? That's a teacher who was knocking dudes out. I do want to see Isaac Dogboy versus Pitufo Diaz, because Pitufo Diaz, even though he just lost, him versus Dogboy is like damaged goods versus damaged goods, and they're going to give it their all. So I'm excited for that one. Adam Lopez, this blue nose kid, right, that dropped Oscar Valdez. What the fuck? I didn't know Adam Lopez was fighting Alan Ochoa. What? What? Yo. What? I was today years old when I found out Adam Lopez is fighting Adan Ochoa. Adan Ochoa is the homie. I didn't know Adam Lopez was fighting him. That's gonna be a good fight. I'm invested in that for sure. Wow, I didn't know that. Damn. Wow. Okay. That's just little Adam Lopez, as I told you guys, he's the guy that dropped Oscar Valdez when Oscar Valdez first moved up. But obviously Oscar Valdez came to knock this kid out. The kid took the fight in like super short notice, but he hurt Valdez and put him down, right? And Donald Cho, I think he's coming off like 2 spectacular knockouts. And Donald Cho is very local. He's from here, from like my area, so I know who he is. I used to see him spar. I used to always see him at the gym. I didn't know he was fighting. If I knew he was fighting, I would have brought him on. That's how fucking good of a friend I am, I guess. And then Carlos Valderas, as you know, Carlos Valderas left Ringstar Promotions and he left PBC to go to Top Rank after he lost, right? Carlos Valderas got knocked out the first time he was even televised on PBC. He got knocked the fuck out. So now he got like his first fight a couple months ago, and he got like a really good knockout. So I think, he's one of the guys that, kind of same thing, left PBC and went to Top Rank. And then it's like a trade with the last guy on Canelo's undercard that left Top Rank and came to PBC. Well, they kicked him out of Top Rank, so he didn't leave. But so that, wow, okay. So I'm invested, y'all. I'm invested in these fights this weekend. I'm gonna be there in Vegas, turn as fuck. I'm not glitching. That's a win. That's a win. Okay, so now I need to figure it out then. Taking video quality. Mean Machine stopped Evan Yasin, right? I remember that, but I think he was losing that fight, right? Mean Machine was losing against Evan Yasin in the scorecards, but then he knocked him out. So I don't know, Lee. What do you think about Vergil Ortiz versus Evan Yasin or Evan Yasin? Pinche Mikey Garcia, another one needs to lay off the Marina. Lazarina. Oh, yeah. Well, shit. I don't know. Let's see what Mikey does, right? We need to see Rashidi Ellis back in the ring. But Rashidi Ellis hasn't fought because he got dropped by Golden Boy, or he had some legal issues with Golden Boy. So that's why he hadn't fought. So hopefully he fights soon. New York is rude. I've only been to New York once, and it wasn't even New York. I was at the airport because my connecting flight to the Dominican Republic was in New York. And yeah, people are fucking rude in New York. They're so fucking rude. At least at the airport, they're fucking rude to me. And I was like, they're just rude. Like the flight attendants, everybody in the airport was fucking rude. Like they had an attitude. Everybody that I talked to in that airport area, they talk to you like the DMV employees talk to you, like making you feel dumb for asking questions. Like they made you feel fucking dumb for asking questions. Like that's what y'all work here for.
They're just mad because they have to handle the
It reminded me of like freaking DMV workers. Always fucking mean. Yes. Andre via unanimous irrelevant decision. But hey, Boo Boo's fighting this month, right? Triple G's fighting next month. So maybe now they can make that unification fight since they're both with the zone. This should already been unified. I don't know why the fuck it's taking so long. It's not normal. Yes, yeah. Don't say that here. Say you're just joking for the FBI agent watching you right now. Everyone is complaining about internet pirates, but Canelo's still selling fights. I mean, it's Canelo. He defies those laws. Are you implying the people of the bean can operate? Dude, my uncle calls me and he's like, oh, where can I get the fight? I'm like, oh, you have to download the zone. Back when Canelo's fighting on the zone. And he's like, I don't know how to do that. I had to talk to his wife. I had to get on the phone with my uncle's wife to walk them step by step on how to download the zone on their smart TV, put in my password so that they could watch the fights. Same with ESPN Plus. I'm like, it's an app. People are still, whether people, a lot of us are like, oh, come on, everybody has a smart TV now. All TVs are smart TV now. Why is it so hard to download apps? But there is a lot of people who don't know how, and that's what they like. A lot of the pay-per-views, you can either get them on the app or you can get them on, order them through cable, because a lot of people don't know still. It's crazy. Esquiva translates to dodge slip in English, and that's what his dad, former amateur boxer, gave him. Oh, okay. Esquivar, yeah. I like Virgil to win, but I would like the fight because Avaniasan is a veteran who, yeah, I think that's a good. I think Virgil is doing good in fighting good opposition, like good opposition that like tests him, and it's guys that he's beating them, and I think he'll be good. I mean, most people are gonna be expecting him to win because Mean Machine beat him, and everybody likes to do a little triangle theory or whatever the fuck. Miguel, aren't you supposed to be at work? Aiden, come here. Say hi to Miguel. You're gonna meet him on Thursday. That's my friend. That's Adrian Broner. Say hi.
Hi, Miguel. She said Aiden. Hi. One of my
Hi.
friends' names are Miguel.
Well, yeah. Don't question, get dumb answers. Well, I'm confused. I'm going. You are Matt. Let's meet up. If you are not scared to meet up, let's get a beer.
Matt?
Not that Matt. Let's have a beer and talk Boo Boo Andre's fight outcome. We can watch Boo Boo Andre versus Quigly with a beer in hand, but not really, right? Because that's on the Zone and they don't have that at bars or nothing. They don't have that at bars. But I want to go to Vegas and enjoy this fight as a fan, but I am gonna take my camera, see, it's fight week. You always see people out there. I might not even take my camera. I might just take my phone. I bought like an adapter for my phone to have like the little microphone thing. Because I already talked about it in these lives before. I hate the people that just, have their phone, but you can hear everything around except the fucking people talking. I hate that shit. So I bought a little microphone for this fucking phone just in case my camera dies or something. So I think I'm just gonna take that in Vegas, and if I see somebody, I'll interview them and stuff. So, but I'll see what's up. Hopefully we can. But I'm not gonna make it a priority. I'm in Vegas to watch the fight as a fan and get drunk.
What? Better take the Uber.
Well, yeah, it's Vegas. In Vegas, you don't drive. I just stay in that area. I don't go nowhere. Favorite book I'm currently reading. It's in my room. It's called
I'm reading fast.
It's called For Brown Girls rough brown girls with soft. I don't forget what it's called. My friend gave it to me. It made me cry already. It's about this girl who is just writing about how she used to live in Nicaragua. Now she moved over here and how she's now a scholar, but all the stuff she had to do in her like first experiences with racism and all this. It's really sad. For Brown Girls with Rough Edges, it's called. It's sad as fuck. It's empowering, but it's sad. Canelo. It is. I mean, if the WBC already said it, it's pretty much yeah. I do, but I haven't uploaded them. I'm horrible. This is why I'm a horrible media person. I have an interview with the IPF strawweight champion. She's been calling us Anies Estrada, so I interviewed her. I interviewed Freddie Roach for like a minute and a half, and then Marie came and she's like, because Marie is this PR person and she has to always be there. But I saw him alone, so I'm like, hey, Freddie, and I was just asking him about the Rosado fight, and he said that Rosado wants a rematch, and they're just gonna make adjustments for better defense, and he's talking to me, but then Marie gets us. She's like, oh, I'm just gonna take him away, and I'm like, all right, my bad. So yeah, I'll upload them. I just forgot. I'm horrible. I uploaded the only reason I didn't upload the other ones is because it took me a while to translate the Zurdo Ramirez one, because the Zurdo Ramirez one is in Spanish, right? So I wanted for the English viewers to know what he was saying, so I made my own translations. I input my own translations. When I did that, when I came home, and then after I was like, I kind of just want to watch a movie. But I will upload the other ones. Basically, Bivol said that. Ramirez said that Bivol didn't want to sign, so that made me sad. And he said that's why he's fighting the mandatory to become, the eliminator. And he basically told Bivol, like, you can run, but you can't hide. Like, I'm gonna fight you, which I appreciate Zurdo for that. Patrick Volney is a native Canada who counts. Oh, okay, because when you write from Europe, Okay, see, I did not know. I had no clue. I'm gonna have to do my research on that. After this live, I'm gonna go to my room and watch some fights because I didn't know. Thank you, Lee, as always. Thank you. Canelo got some so mad people saying he ducks black fighters. He went, oh my god. I already see. Oh my god, you guys. Stop. Y'all are so freaking crazy. I saw this. I saw someone said this too. Like he went to the motherland and fighting their champ. I don't know. I just don't get it. Like I'd rather Canelo fight Benavidez and Charlo that don't have a belt. I mean, Charlo has one, but he won't have one at 168. I'd rather Canelo do that than fight this champion at cruiserweight. That's just me though. But I mean, I guess it's Canelo. Canelo's gonna do what he's gonna do because ultimately, even if we do criticize Canelo for not fighting Benavidez or Charlo, he's the one that made all these accomplishments happen for himself, right? And a lot of people could be like, oh, well, the 168 division wasn't good when Canelo took over it. Or, oh, Canelo made sure to go up until Benavidez lost his belt. Like, I already had a feeling Canelo was going to move up anyway. Like, they had been talking about it before, but a lot of people claim that the only reason Canelo's even champion at 168, it's all because Benavidez lost weight. So apparently, if Benavidez had never lost weight, Canelo wouldn't even be champion right now. That's what a lot of people think. But he did it. So there's not what ifs and buts or, that doesn't count in real life. Like, we can all speculate different scenarios of what would have happened, of the what ifs, right? But no, it's already, it's he already did what he did, and I think that's it. Like, people are like, oh, he fought this guy, that guy. Like, well, why didn't the other guy fight him then if it was so easy? Like, if it was so easy for Canelo to beat all these guys, why didn't the other guys beat these guys? You know what I mean? Like, I saw that hateful comments for Canelo for this fight, Cruiserweight. I don't think it's not bad because Canelo, he's testing himself, and that's a lot of weight, but it just, no one's asking for this. Like, it's like when you ask for Coke and they give you Pepsi. Like, you're like, okay, I guess, but you don't, it's not what you wanted. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it just, Canelo fighting in a cruiserweight slightly tank Davis energy. Well, because a lot of people said that it was going to be December, right? But I don't think Canelo's fighting next month. Especially not because he just fought. Like, that would be what he got to go. He's in Paris. Canelo's in Paris right now. He's not going to fucking fight next month. Hola, Robert. ¿Cómo estás? Canelo will be criticized no matter what he does. It's true. He is going to get criticized no matter what, so why not do whatever the fuck he wants to? Not only is he going to get criticized no matter what, but he's going to say, well, what are the people who want to fight me doing? Because they don't seem like any sense of urgency of fighting anybody that's not me, right? They're just kind of fighting whoever's until Canelo picks them, right? Look at Charlo fought Montiel. Like, Montiel's a tough dude, and he had his dad who was a champion. Like, Montiel comes from a generation of fighters, right? In his family. But Charlo should have taken care of that, right? So what are these guys who all want to fight him going to do? Right? I don't know. If he wins, he would come first Mexican cruiserweight champ. Yeah, I guess he's just trying to get those, like, first, right? But he could have unified at 162. That's the part that I will never understand. I will never understand why Canelo didn't just unify at 160 and then still come up and unify at 168. Because all he needed to do was fight Boo Boo. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't think that means he was ducking Boo Boo. I don't think Boo Boo has anything, Boo Boo got hurt in his last fight. I don't think Boo Boo's any threat to Canelo. But I'm like, why not fight him? Why, you could have just got that last piece of the belts, become undisputed at 160, moved up, done your little fucking Rocket Fielding shit or whatever you did, and then still be 168. Canelo could have easily become undisputed in two divisions. 160, because all he needed was just that one last belt with Boo Boo, right? And then he could have came up still. It wouldn't have deviated his plans if he just fought Boo Boo. It wouldn't have. He would have still been able to become 168 champion. What I think happened is Canelo already knew that he wasn't with it with the Zone and Golden Boy. Like, I think Canelo was more invested and interested in ending his partnership with both Golden Boy and the Zone, like legally, right? Before doing anything else. So I think that's what stopped Canelo in that aspect. Or that's he prioritized getting the fuck out of Golden Boy and getting off the mandatory DAZN shit. Right? I think that's why. Like, he already knew that he didn't want to be with them, so he was gonna like just, you know what I mean? That's what I think, but I don't even know anymore. But I don't know. Actually, no, that doesn't make sense. I don't know. Looking at David and Charles' opponent, I think they yes. And that's the biggest thing, right? Because with Caleb Plant, he did well to frustrate Canelo, but he wasn't beating him. People who had him on the up on the scorecards are smoking dick, to be honest. But maybe like even if Charlo would have knocked out Montiel, that doesn't prepare him for the caliber of Canelo, right? At least Benavidez is trying. You know, Skategi was supposed to be a good fight, right? But it just didn't happen. I watched Makabu's last two fights, and they're thinking that he's good, basic lefty with a heavy left cross, but he has enough weaknesses that Canelo. I'm gonna watch some of his shit too, because I don't know who the guy is. I'm not very knowledgeable in the cruiserweight division. I'm not. I think Canelo finishes Charlo in 10 rounds. I think he starts Benavidez. Yeah, I think he starts Benavidez faster than Charlo for sure, just given on styles. But I think Benavidez would be a more entertaining fight while it lasts. I think Charlo versus Canelo would be very similar to Plant versus Canelo. You know, Charlo's more tactical, kind of, you know, like in the Benavidez. You know, Benavidez is just gonna try to bully the fuck out of Canelo, and that's what I want to see. I want to know how Canelo's gonna react to somebody trying to smother him, because fighting Benavidez would be the first time that in a lot since Triple G, right, that he has a fighter coming at him trying to smother him, right? And this not Triple G, is someone taller than him and someone who has a longer reach than him. So I want to see that. The fuck? I know Canelo's going to beat him to the body and fold him like a chair, because Benavidez is soft to the body because he used to be a little chunky. And he just leaves himself wide open, right? And he's very robotic. Yes, he has fast hands, but he's very robotic in his approach. And I think he's just perfect for Canelo to counter, right? Canelo's a natural counter puncher. And I think Canelo would definitely capitalize, right, on those flaws from Benavidez. But Benavidez is tall and lengthy and strong. I would love to see him try to bully Canelo, and I want to see how Canelo will respond to that, right? And as for Boo Boo, yeah, I don't. People are like, oh, Boo Boo boxes. Yes, he does, but Boo Boo also got hurt by his last opponent. Boo Boo also got dropped by Vanes. Boo Boo is just swinging wild. Like, I don't know. I just don't see that. Boo Boo, I don't get why Boo Boo. The only reason Boo Boo's in the conversation is because he won a vacant title that he was supposed to fight Billy Joe for.
Who did you say you were like Canelo?
Benavidez, the one that's in that poster. We have a Benavidez poster. The one up there.
Oh.
I want him to fight Canelo. Yeah, we have a Benavidez poster in this house. It's in my living room. Like, we have a Benavidez
He's
poster.
probably gonna say, "Don't talk about my mom."
He's gonna say, "Don't talk about my mom." I'm hoping Showtime linebacker Boulder.
Don't talk about my mom.
Oh my God! Did you just call him linebacker Boulder Shoulder? Oh my God! You know you didn't. No, you didn't. Oh my God!
What happened?
You're so rude for that, but I love that. I'm hoping that Showtime linebacker Boulder Shoulder Sean Porter brings it. Oh my God! No, I'm sorry.
Email like after?
Yes. Oh my God. See, Sean Porter, my favorite performance of his is against Danny Garcia. I thought he was gonna come at Danny Garcia crazy, but he didn't. He actually, like, you know, took his time and was a little bit more composed, right? But he does have that, like, he gets right, like, his head is like right here on his opponents. He like gets under their chin and like tries to, you know, and you are so rude, but I love that because you're not wrong. You're not wrong. I don't think Benavidez would ever get started. I think he would just shut. Do you? You think he would go full Smith? What's Liam Smith? You think so? No, I really think Benavidez would give it his all. I do think I know he gave an interview with Sean from Fight Hype after his victory, and he said, like, oh, I know people. He's aware of the criticisms he gets. Like, he's aware that people think he gets hit too much, right? So I know that he would be smart enough to, if he does get the Canelo fight, he will make those adjustments, or at least try to make those adjustments, right? But I don't see him as he's like this Mexican fight. I don't see him as shelling up. But maybe, I don't know. You know, once you're in there with Canelo, who the fuck knows? Would he go like full Liam Smith or full fucking Yildirim? Canelo would get tired of versus Benavidez. I don't think he would get really tired, because he's not gonna be. Canelo would get tired if he's the one chasing after you. I don't think he's gonna be chasing Benavidez. Benavidez is gonna be coming right at him. I don't think he would get tired. I think he would be perfect to counter. And Canelo, this used to be the narrative, right? That Canelo, not just the narrative, it was fucking plain true. Canelo used to fight in spurs, like he would take rounds off, fight in spurs. That was back then when he was flat-footed, right? Because he was fucking flat-footed. He was. Right? These were the narratives around Canelo. He gets tired late, he starts late, he kind of fights in the middle. This was still kind of the case with Triple G in the first fight. I don't think it's the case anymore. He fights, to me, he looks like, when we were little in Mexico, I don't know if they sold them here. They used to sell the Transformers, but they were like kind of like 2 feet tall Transformers, and they had like little wheels, and they would go forward and just do this, and like you can hear like a little motor in them, and they'd be like, and they just come forward doing this, the Transformer, with their feet just coming forward like this too. That's what Benavidez reminds me of. That's exactly what Benavidez reminds me of when he's coming forward. Because don't get me wrong, he looks fucking scary. When Benavidez fucking looks at his opponent and he grins at them, to me that's just fucking scary. I'm like, oh, like imagine if your fucking opponent's just coming at you and he grins at you. I'd be so fucking scared. I'd be like, please stop this fight. Like, I'd be fucking scared. And Benavidez does that a lot, where he'll like stare at you and smile as he's fucking coming at you. And to me, that's fucking terrifying. Oh, look. Oh, my God. I was just going to show you guys a picture, and it was, like, right there. Let me see. I got myself listening to Queen. I'm just a poor boy.
I'm just a poor boy.
Look at
I need no sympathy.
You see him? But let's click it. So I think he tries. Like, see right there, we do see him get better in the way that he is trying to move a little bit more, you know? Kind of like Munguia. I think with Darrell, when I saw him with Darrell, I'm like, damn, this guy just has his fucking hands down the whole time. But also, maybe he just doesn't respect their power. Maybe we can give Benavidez the benefit of the doubt that he doesn't respect his opponent's power. So he is gonna just go in front of them with his hands down. He doesn't care. Let's see. Well, this is not much going on here. I don't know. He's tall as fuck. David is tall as fuck. So I don't know. I think he's doing better with defense, but he's still, to me, is like kind of robotic, and I don't know. You know, he has fast hands, which is what I appreciate from him, and I think that would give Canelo like problems. He has long ass fucking hands. He has long ass reach, and he's scary. He has power. He just comes at you. So I do want to see this one though. Look at how fast he's just. Imagine if Canelo's right there, you know? Like, how's Canelo gonna react? I want to know. And then this is when he got dropped. I don't know why it says exposed. Like, hey. And he's tall, so when he goes down, it's like he's tall, you know? His Canelo, but that's the perfect example. His hands are down the whole fucking time. His hands are just down. I don't think he does that as much anymore, but he still does it. You know, like he's just come late. His hands are like. He's not even worried about defense. He can't be doing that with Canelo. But look, even then, he's just. And because he's tall, you know, when those legs buckle, he's gonna go down because he's tall as fuck. You know, I still want to see it though. I want to see. To beat Canelo, you have to not only outsmart him, but outwork him and volley. Yeah, you gotta do all of that. You gotta smother him, you know, and really hurt him. I think if Canelo can take your punches, he's gonna outbox you and he's gonna break you down. When Rashidi Ali is going to fight, the person he beat was a co-main event last Saturday. I don't know what you're talking about. Sorry. Full Kalen's damn. Yeah, Liam Smith, he went out like a G and he was trying to give Canelo that work. He was just smaller than Canelo. I still fucking don't like Canelo for that. He went down back to 154. Shit pissed me off. But yeah, at least his little brother, or is it his older brother? I don't know, his brother, you know, he tried it. He tried to give Canelo that work. Caleb Smith was just this little fucking roly-poly the whole fucking fight. No, I'm Team Crawford, sorry. I mean, I like Porter, I do. And I'm not really rooting for anybody. I don't care who the fuck wins. I just know this fight's going to be really, really good. But I just feel like Crawford's going to win. Miguel, why do you like Porter? Why do you think he wins? If Benavidez trains properly, he'll beat Alvarez. If is a big if. Great job, Miguel. If Canelo takes Michael Boo's punches, I don't see. Yeah, I think maybe that's what he's trying to prove, but also it's like it's not just the punch power, but it's just landing the punch in the right spot. That's just gonna power you off, and it's landing it accurately, right? That's the difference between a lot of times knocking you out cold and just knocking you out, you know, by hurting you, because it's the placement, is how accurately you land the punch, and it's how you set it up. I've been watching some old Canelo fights. Seems to me that he doesn't get hit much, even if you think GG was way. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the Triple G fights are very close, right? They're really close. Sean Porter is fun to watch because to fight a way to make it. Yeah, I think Crawford. Dang. Okay, so Troy, you think Crawford wins by KO? I might bet Crawford by KO in the late rounds. I might do that. Got that Tony Montoya glare? He just looks scary. Wait, what? Have you been into Bleach, the anime? I'm not into anime. My kids are into anime. I'm sorry. I don't. The only anime I watched is Sailor Moon, Dragon Ball Z, and Pokemon and Digimon. That's it. Everything else you see back there, that's theirs. I don't do nothing. I don't think he wins. I'm just rooting for him. Okay, I see. I see what you're doing. Devin has a 4-round window. Okay, yes. I agree too. You know, with Canelo, it's like that every time, right? Because we know he starts.
But these ones are my mom's.
Yes, I like Dragon Ball, so those are mine. But I totally agree. You know, I think Benavidez has to literally let the dog out the first 4 rounds, right? The first half of the fight, he has to really bring it to Canelo and make him fucking suffer, right? But if he can't get Canelo out of there in the 4 rounds, Canelo's just gonna figure him out. Canelo's gonna figure it out, and it's gonna be bye-bye, see you later after that. I think Canelo gets him to the body, honestly. I think he folds. I think Canelo folds Benavidez like a chair, like a lawn chair. Just kind of like Virgil Ortiz with Mauricio Herrera. I know how he fell forward like that. I think that's how Canelo would do Benavidez. But I think it'd be fun, and I'd love to see it. So this whole thing with the Cruiserweight is just like, why though? You know, like, I mean, I guess, but it's just like, well, nobody asked for this. Like, no one cares for that. I mean, we care because it's Canelo, right? And because it's that aspect of, wow, like, he's moving up another weight class. He's going to become a fight division world champ if he... But then there's this possibility, right? Because this is boxing, that he gets hurt and he gets knocked the fuck out. And it'll be like, for what? For this? Like, you chose this instead of going up and, like, doing the right thing? But I don't know. That's just me. I don't know. So I've been over here for an hour and a half, and I do appreciate y'all being here. I am going to be in Vegas this weekend, and I'm going to be partying. Woo!
One more with our dad.
You with your dad, yes. Yeah, they go with their dad for the weekend. I do always go to Vegas when you're with your dad, because that's my time to get crazy. It's my time to party.
Well, make sure you don't get kidnapped.
No, why would you say that? I'm not gonna get kicked. Oh my god. Point is, I'm gonna be in Vegas. If you're in Vegas, say hi. I have purple hair. I'm gonna dye it right now. Some more. And say hi. Let's drink a beer. Matt, let's drink a beer. Miguel's coming too. I don't think he'll want to meet anybody because he's scared to show face. But everybody else that wants to say hi, say hi. I'm gonna be at I don't know what section, but it's like the lower bowl. And I'm excited. I'm excited for Crawford versus Porter. I have Crawford winning. And I think it's going to be an amazing fight, just like Porter always gives us these great competitive fights. And I'm excited to see it. I'm excited to see Crawford finally take on a good opponent at 147. I can't fucking wait. And the undercard's pretty fucking good, too. So if you're out there, say hi to me. Hopefully by then we'll know more about what the fuck's going on with Canelo. And if he's like aware of all this, or I'm pretty sure he's aware. But I want to know what he has to say about it, because he's in Paris right now with his wife. He went to do like a second honeymoon, right? And Sam, oh my God, thank you. She's like my idol. Claudia Trejos has been my idol since I was growing up, because I would always see her on ESPN in Mexico, right? On Los Golpes and all those shows in Mexico. So, I mean, I would 100% love to be like her. Maybe one of these days. So, yes, Prime... Bro, cut it the fuck out, Miguel. Me and you're going to fight. Mason, come here. You know how to throw an uppercut, right?
Yeah.
You're going to fight Miguel. Tell him how you're going to hit him with the uppercut. Yeah, Yep, Miguel. See, that's what I wait to, Miguel. Hit him with that uppercut, Mason. Mason's going to fuck up Miguel. Hey, you hit me. Oh, my God.
I know, like, mostly the jab, cross,
what? See, you forgot because you haven't gone.
Yeah.
Imagine, no.
Jab,
Canelo would.
cross, uppercut, hook, and lead uppercut, and lead hook.
Whatever, Miguel, you're going to get got. You're going to get got when you get here. I saw, Facebook boxing groups are fucking crazy. I remember someone in a Facebook boxing group say that, like, Canelo needs to stop ducking Wilder already. And I was just like, or like, I saw on Twitter somebody say that Canelo needs to go down to 140 so that Tank can knock him out. I'm like, who the fuck? Like, do you guys watch boxing? Like, I hate the Usyk one. I hate the one like, Canelo needs to fight Usyk. Like, bro, stop. Gano? Prime Peter Quigly. You guys just don't give Benavides any love. Oh my God. Chavez Jr. was Triple G. Oh my God. Stop. Mason's gonna get you because he also likes Triple G. We are a Triple G stan household here.
Yeah, but the mostly best one is Muhammad Ali.
Canelo does not beat Wilder. I think Wilder stops Canelo, beats him, knocks him the fuck out, going 9-9. Low Blow City. You guys are crazy. I remember when I had a hand spin in the 80s. Yeah, he like did boxing. Right now he hasn't done it because he's back in school and our schedule's kind of hectic, and then he goes to his dad's house on Mondays and Wednesdays just after school, so he hasn't done that much boxing anymore, but at least he learned to keep the bullies away. Yay, I will drink. I promise I'll drink a Dos Equis for you, and I'll take a picture of it. My Twitter's right there if you guys want to follow me on Twitter. And I will put a picture of the Dos Equis. No, Triple G's game court. Triple G is fighting in Japan. Murata. Like, yo, if you speak Spanish, you guys should go watch the Un Round Más podcast. One More Round podcast with Barrera and Morales, like fucking enemies back when they were both fighting, and now they have a fucking podcast together. Like, who would have known? Who would have known both these dudes who hated each other? When, like, they were the definition of it's on sight. They were the definition of it's on sight. They hated each other, and now they have a podcast together, and it's really good. The podcast is funny as hell. They don't hold back. They cuss. in Spanish, right? And then they don't hold back with their opinions. They're just talking, right? And they called Ryota Murata. They call him El Riata Murata. That shit fuck, because Riata in Spanish is, you know, it's kind of a bad word. So it's funny, but you, Matt and Miguel, you guys need to y'all need to give Benavides his credit. Or I'm gonna say what I hate when people do this. When people say, "Well, you wouldn't tell that to their face." Well, no shit. I'm not a boxer. Why the fuck would I do that?
Well, they said that Skeleton Nazi was bad.
No, dude, this. They were the definition of it's on site. Like, oh my god, they hated each other, and now they're having a podcast together, and it's such a good podcast. I recommend it. It's called Un Round Más, and they deserve more followers because I think they only have like 13,000. Last time I checked, they had 13,000 followers. I think they got more now, subscribers. I mean, because they did cover the Canelo Plant fight, so I think maybe they should have more now. But they're fucking funny. So if you speak Spanish, then I think you should definitely tune into that. Se llama Un Round. You know what? This is the best answer because he does because. Not coming in and way, and he sabotaged himself, right? He sabotaged his own chances. Who remembers that Frankie Gomez was going to be something to present? Oh, no, Frankie Gomez. Every morning. Oh. Okay. Game Core, I didn't need that visual in my head.
What happened?
You don't want to know. Prime draft. Okay, that's enough for me. Y'all being disrespectful.
If they said something mean about you, can I beat them up?
Yeah, but luckily they're not saying anything mean about me. Everyone waiting for that Canelo payday. Oh my god, I'm gonna take this. A screenshot of this. Because it's true, like this random guy like in Africa who's got a belt, like he's like got the payday. He wasn't even in the raffle. This guy wasn't even in the little paper raffle, and he's getting the shit. So good for him. Canelo's I think he's done enough, but I still want I want to ask him for two more things. Fight Benavides and someone else. Someone else that's we want him to. Not just anybody. But again, thank you guys. I'll see you guys in Vegas. If you follow me on Twitter, I'm gonna be posting just shenanigans at Vegas. And if you're in Vegas, Matt, everybody, I'll see you there. Okay. Stop it. You guys, Mason, say see you later to everybody.
See you later.
Benavides versus Charlo. Benavides wants Charlo. Charlo doesn't want Benavides. He said he doesn't want to fight anybody who's unvaccinated or under 25, which I thought was dumb, but we'll see. Everybody follow Lee because he has the best boxing history, boxing period. So follow him on Twitter, and I'll see you guys next Tuesday. I'll see you guys because this weekend I'm gonna be in Vegas. But yeah. Oh, and check out my interview with Zurdo. I translated it myself. The Zurdo interview on my channel, I translated it myself. Okay, so you're not gonna get no shitty translation like Canelo's translators. So please do that and share it. Okay. Joshua Franco versus Jaime Munguia. Isn't Joshua Franco in like 120 something, 118, 122? That's like two different weight classes, my dude. And Triple J versus Boo Boo, hopefully they unify. Hopefully after this fight. I am. See you later, guys. Bye. Subscribe.
Bye.
Check my videos out. Share the interviews.
Subscribe.
And follow me on